Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, you've been diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis. Well, what is ankylosing spondylitis? Well, it's arthritis of the spine that causes inflammation and the fusing of your vertebrae. So those people that you see walking around that are walking in the shape of an L, that's usually what happens if it's left untreated. It pushes you into literally pushes you into the shape of an L. There's no cure, but there is medication to treat the condition. There's biologics, which by definition are produced from living organisms or contain components of living organisms, or you have the DMARD, and the DMARD is basically an anti-inflammatory drug. One of the main ones that they use is methotrexate, which is also a form of chemotherapy. So if you get prescribed methotrexate, do not go down the rabbit hole on the internet. This is low doses. Most common side effects that I've noticed with that is diarrhea. And who wants that, right? But most of the time it goes away with continued usage. So the biologic that I'm currently taking is Enbrel. I started off with Humira, which most insurance companies will make you try first. I had a reaction to it, so then they put me on Enbrel. It's once a week medication. Humira is every 2 weeks. I really like the Humira because I saw results quicker. Enbrel, it takes 3 to 4 months to kick in, but I've been on it for two and a half years now, and I have had very limited side effects, and hey, I can walk. Before it was like I could only go so far, and my hips would lock up or my back would start hurting and I'd have to get the electric scooter and get back to the car. I just want to let you guys know that if you get diagnosed with this, congratulations, you have a diagnosis. Because most people just tell you, you look fine, there's nothing wrong with you. What are you talking about? You look normal. What these people don't understand is that you go through pain on a daily basis. And it's uncontrollable, but you got to pay those bills and you go to work anyway. It is horribly hard to explain to people. And when you throw in the word arthritis, they say, oh my God, it's just arthritis. People, arthritis is an autoimmune disease. Osteoarthritis is treated by ibuprofen or something like that, as anti-inflammatory like that, or a anti-inflammatory. So there's no prednisone in it. It takes longer to work, of course, and sometimes it doesn't always work, but it can be managed with an ibuprofen or an anti-inflammatory. Rheumatoid arthritis, ankylosing spondylitis, things like that need to be treated with a biologic or a DMARD. And it's destructive. It's basically your body fighting against itself. So to just count it as, oh, it's just arthritis, is just wrong and hard to explain to family members, because they think, oh, well, grandma got along just fine with arthritis, nothing happened to her. Well, it was most likely osteoarthritis, which is manageable. This affects your life, and it's serious. The medications that you're put on also lower your immune system, so you got a double whammy right there. So anytime you're taking these medications, if you ever get put on an antibiotic or you get an infection, you have to be taken off that medication, okay? You're going to have flares. There are going to be times where you're just in extreme pain, and they put you on prednisone, which is a steroid. So the DMARDs are not a steroid. It's an anti-inflammatory, but it does not contain the steroids. So you know, those are basically your options, and it's just so hard to explain to people. There are going to be days where you just can't get up. Like, your fatigue is just horrible. You're tired. You don't want to go anywhere. You know, your skin gets dry. All kinds of weird stuff happens. Well, I was going to show you something. Oh, let's see here. Well, I'll try to get it to work later. At some point in this video, you might see a graph pop up, and it's all the different kind of symptoms that you would have with ankylosing spondylitis, which could be dry hair, your feet hurt, your bone joints hurt, your face, your skin is dry, you're tired all the time, you're depressed. Just the list goes on and on and on. And I unfortunately have ankylosing spondylitis and secondary Sjogren's syndrome, which is also a form of lupus, and a lot of the symptoms are the same. And it is, some days are unbearable, I'm not gonna lie. But now that I'm here in Arizona in the dry heat, it's been much better for me. As you can see, my face is slightly bloated a little bit today, but that's from the prednisone. Prednisone will bloat you. So you might see my weight in the videos kind of go up and down, and that's common with any steroid. So I'm not a doctor, so please don't take any of my advice. This is just my own personal experience of a disease that I have gotten diagnosed with, and I felt the need to start this channel with information about it, because there's just really not a lot of information, and you're not alone. And I just wanted people out there to know that you are not alone. There are people out there that understand your pain and understand what you're going through. So that said, my next following video, if you want to click on that, is going to be the actual Embryl injection itself. I currently use what they call an Embryl mini injector machine, and I'll show you what that looks like. Don't be scared. It's pretty techy, but easy to use. But it looks like this, and in my next video, I will show you how to use this. My only other advice is listen to your doctors. They're there for a reason. You've been sent to a rheumatologist to be treated. If you don't want to be treated, it's a waste of your time. I was a medical assistant in a rheumatology clinic for 8 years, and I've seen a lot. So if you have any questions, go ahead and place them down here in the comment section, or send me a private email and I'll be happy to reply. But you're definitely going to want to get an experienced rheumatologist. With these sorts of diseases, you would probably want an MD. ARNPs are good if they've had experience, so you might want to check into their background. I had one in Washington that was she was wonderful. She found things that nobody else found. It took me 10 years to finally get a referral to a rheumatologist, because I kept getting told that I needed to lose weight. You're too fat, you need to lose weight, it's all in your head, when really it wasn't, and it ended up causing damage. So try to avoid that. If your inflammation rates are high all the time when you get your blood work done, when your ANA is always positive constantly, you're constantly having both of those issues and your doctor's not doing anything about it, find another doctor and see if they'll send you to rheumatology, because 9 chances out of 10, I bet you anything, you have some kind of an autoimmune disease, and there's so many different ones, and once you get one, you usually get hooked up with another one. So for me, it was Hashimoto's, which is an underactive thyroid disease that turned into ankylosing spondylitis and secondary Sjogren's syndrome, which is a form of lupus, which can turn into lupus later, is from what I'm understanding. Don't quote me on that, but that's something that I was recently told. So just take care of yourself, eat right, Try to stay healthy. I go to the gym as much as I can. I don't do a whole lot because my knees have been damaged. I have tendonitis in both elbows, so I've been struggling, you know, here and there. But with the medication, healthy eating habit, and going to the gym, I've been able to manage. So you can manage this. There's light at the end of the rainbow. You just got to keep going. You know, you just got to keep going. That's the thing. There's going to be a lot of blood work. Every 3 months you'll be going in to get blood work. Depending on how well you're doing, you could be going to the doctor every 3 months to 6 months to once a year. It just depends on how many flares you're having. And then you're going to have to get bone density scans if you've used the prednisone for too many times. This is a dangerous drug. Prednisone is not meant to be taken on a regular basis, people. It's not. Those are for in between flares. That's not for everyday use. And a lot of people love to use it because they feel like it takes all their pain away. But it also takes other things away from you. So if you can possibly keep from taking the prednisone, and your doctor can prescribe you something else, I would suggest to do that. You want to use that limited. Listen to your doctors. Listen to them when they say, I'm sorry, but I can't prescribe you any more prednisone. Listen to them. They're telling you that for a reason. It's not because they don't want you to have the medication and they want you in pain. It's because it's damaging to the body. You can only take that for so long. So with that said, on to the next video, and I believe the next screenshot you should see will be that that graph that I was telling you about with